Are you tired of watching shows that only give you general social media theory and expect you to figure out how to apply it to your own industry? Join us for this week's episode of Social Chatter, the industry's longest-running social media marketing news talk show. Not only will you learn the latest breaking news, but you'll also gain practical advice on how to apply it. Now here's your host, Karasiewicz.
Welcome everyone to Social Chatter episode 214. Had to double check there where we were at episode 214. We have a fantastic show for you this week. Sorry we're running a few minutes late here. We had a couple of technical difficulties, that sort of stuff, but I'm excited to one, have Phil back on the show. My trusty co-host always brings the laughs during the show, but also a lot of really fantastic information. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring on Phil. Phil, how are you doing this week?
I am great, Christian. It is great to be back, man. Last week was Philadelphia, so now I'm just Phil Gerbyshak. It's great to be here.
And let's see, who was and Ann was in Win.
Ann Win, who we love. Ann is spectacular. I love talking to Ann. I miss the fact that she was on, but I'm glad she filled in for me.
Definitely. She did a fantastic job as well. So we've got a great show this week for everyone. Unfortunately, a lot of topics this week, and it's good and bad, I guess. They're all pretty much Facebook, because Facebook is constantly having to either improve things or do things. But hey, the one thing I have to say is the one thing they do great at is experimenting. And you as a business owner, you need to experiment with something. It doesn't need to be, an experiment. You say hey, I have to run this for 3 or 6 months or a year. It's a short experiment that you run, you talk to your audience, you get to know them, find out what they think, what they're interested in seeing, So be sure you're constantly experimenting with things, and don't put too many variables in there too, by the way, because if you put too many things at once, you can't then say, well, it's definitely, the sales copy when I'm also changing the image and the text and the layout and things like that. So definitely keep that in mind. But who do we have on this week, by the way, on the show?
Holy crap. We got Judy Fox on. So Fox Rocks is her hashtag, and Judy Fox is her name. Judifox. Judy Fox. She's a LinkedIn smarty. She's good about video strategy. She's got a podcast. She does human-to-human stuff, and she calls herself approachable and hilarious, which I would agree. But she's the queen of LinkedIn, and we're super jazzed to have her here because she's smart about lots of stuff. She's cool about, how to get dressed up for a live video and all sorts of cool stuff. So really, really jacked to have Judy Fox on today. This is going to be wicked fun.
I'm going to go ahead and bring her on. I got a couple of things I got to do as well to get us going, but
so I'll talk to her.
I'll bring Judy on. How are you doing?
Hi.
There's that fox that is Judy Fox. What's up, Judy?
And I even dropped the fox emoji. So go ahead and drop the foxes in the boxes.
If you give a fox, drop a fox. That's what I'm saying.
Yes. Hashtag right? Give a fox.
Give a fox, baby. Yeah. So we're jacked here. So Judy, tell us where you're from and why you're doing this LinkedIn stuff.
I am from Richmond, Virginia, and I am doing LinkedIn like a fox because LinkedIn works. And it's a great place if you get into the platform and understand the psychology and the rules of online business and etiquette and transition from being a regular human in real life and a regular human online. LinkedIn works for you.
Oh, come on, Judy. You mean it's not all about just making connections and having a message cadence that completely spams the shit out of everybody? Come on now. I'm really disappointed.
Don't spam anyone on there. The consumer, we hear this all the time, and I don't know why it's not resonating for everybody, but we are getting so smart. You can't even pop into any Facebook groups now and try to talk to them. We can smell it from a mile away that you're trying to pitch us and get our credit card numbers.
Pitch slap. Don't do it. Yeah, I talked to Ron Tite the other day about his new book, Think, Do, Say, and he's all about, no pitch slaps on LinkedIn. So we're glad that you're in that camp too, Judy.
Yes.
So I am just about ready to go, Phil. Just give me one more second.
One more second. So Judy, real quick, give us one awesome tip about LinkedIn that people need to hear.
One awesome tip about LinkedIn is I definitely think people are leaving money on the table when they don't update and make an amazing cover image. Because it's LinkedIn's giving you a billboard to sell yourself. And I made a post about it, and it's my most viral post. It's at 500,000 because
500,000. Holy crap. 5 ways your LinkedIn cover photo can sell for you. Is that the one?
Yes. It still lives on to this day. It still brings in work. And I made a new video for a new launch called Brand TV, and it talks about how to turn posts that go viral. So you have a viral post or something that's getting traction, a lot of comments and likes, how to turn that into an article so it lives on, like you just were able to find it right there. You found it, bing, bang, boom.
Wow.
So those are my tips. Like, have a cover image. And so read that article and then think about the fact that that article is, living on and you're able to find it fast.
Awesome. Love that. So awesome. So Christian, are you ready?
Yeah, sure. I can work with this. Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. Let's do it, man. So we got lots of LinkedIn stuff today. So Christian, I think the first one.
Lots of LinkedIn, huh? We
do, because we're going to talk about what we wish LinkedIn would do with this goodness. True. So you think I misspoke? I did not. They're all about LinkedIn or Facebook making changes. LinkedIn should change. So let's start with the easiest one, and that is custom stories ads. Facebook making it easier to create custom stories ads, which is interesting. If you don't believe us, that we've been telling you for years that Facebook is moving to stories first. This just goes and proves it. They're making it easier and easier to use stories. So Judy, I know you're the queen of LinkedIn, but are you playing with stories either on Instagram or on Facebook at all?
I feel like stories are my favorite thing. I love stories. I love stories on Instagram. I love stories on Facebook, and love stories and upload my stories from Instagram to LinkedIn.
Ooh. Yeah. So talk to us about that. So you got this great story, right? We took this cool thing that Facebook gives us. We're going to upload that to LinkedIn?
Yes. Mm-hmm. So what I do is I just merge those stories and upload them directly to If you scroll down my LinkedIn, you're basically going to see that they're Instagram stories.
And that hold on, and that's working.
Yes. Yeah, 20,000 views, 30,000 views, hundreds, averaging about 600 likes and comments.
Wow, that's pretty fantastic. Yeah. No nudity porn, nothing like that, right? We're talking straight up business with this.
Yes.
No, hold on. I just have to say that, right? Because that's what when people hear, oh my gosh, you got lots of views, right? That's what they're hearing is somehow you got that and you don't game the system, right? You didn't buy any followers, nothing like that. You're just creating good stuff.
Yes. And I think, and I will just say for Facebook stories, Instagram stories, I think the reason why when we get on stories, we have a different energy and a different tone as we talk to the camera, because we do have that feeling it's going to go away. It's very casual. I'm just getting on a phone and talking to my friends. So when you upload that tone in a video onto LinkedIn, that's the same tone that does really well. It's a talk with you tone, not a talk at you.
Okay, so hold on, Judy. I'm talking at you right now. This is what we're doing. This is great, right? Like this. Is that what we're supposed to be on LinkedIn?
No, it's a conversation.
Yeah, so love that. So Facebook making it easier to create custom story ads, which is fantastic. Yep. Lots of great assets with minimal effort. So Christian, what are you thinking about this news change?
So I got to say this, the one piece you have to be very careful with, and I think a lot of people will gloss over this is on the Facebook business blog. Okay. And so, we're saying, hey, these are Facebook stories ads, but actually these are Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp stories ads templates. So they are available across all 3 platforms. They actually bury this. It's actually buried way at the bottom of this. This actually may look very familiar, by the way. This looks very Canva-ish or like Relay that, as far as the design goes. But I like the fact that Facebook is doing this. They highlight obviously the benefits as well for marketers as well. Because people want to make sure that, what they're producing, for example, I'll give you a great example here. Somebody produces a video for LinkedIn, or they produce a video for YouTube or Facebook. They have a production process and they run everything through that. And then when they go to publish that, it looks fantastic. It looks very slick, but then they go to do their stories. How do their stories look? Their stories look like, hey, I'm just kind of randomly holding this camera up. Doesn't look very polished like your stories content does. So I'm glad to see that Facebook's finally coming out with some templates to help business owners.
Yeah, it's about time, right? I mean, Facebook, the more templates that they can provide, the better that companies, small businesses can use it, but also the more that creative people can then do things outside of these templates to make themselves stand out even more. I think that's a really important thing for folks to remember, is that once you get the hang of this, then you should experiment. It's like once you learn the rules, then you can break them. But until you know the rules, it's really hard to break them. What do you think, Judy?
I think there's, as you just mentioned, there's kind of unspoken and spoken rules of every platform, and showing up and having an easier way to create templates that kind of fit the rules that the platform kind of already has, or the ability to sell in a story or have an ad that doesn't. I think to some degree you want to fit in, and then you got to be a little bit to the side and maybe shine and show up a little different.
Mm-hmm.
So. Absolutely.
And absolutely. And that's true, especially as well with your artwork. Like when you're just starting out, for example, if you're, a introductory business owner, basically, you get a logo, that might be like the most creative thing you do. And then you start with some templates on some of these platforms, and then you slowly branch things out so that your brand really shines through, and your personality also shines through. There might be a little bit of flair there. So
let's hope so, right? Let's hope your personality shines through. This is the most important thing you can take away from this whole conversation, folks. Let your personality shine through. Use the templates to get started, create some custom story ads, and then let your personality shine through. Because look at Judy. Judy's got fox ears on, and that is totally who she is. She is Judy Fox with fox ears, fox emojis. If you give a fox, drop a fox. That's what we're saying.
And I love the phrase also to model after success. I like that they are making it easier to maybe model after ads that have been successful or any type of content. And then you start from that modeling after success, and then you can add your flair. But that's why when people think of innovation or, oh my gosh, that was such an innovative campaign or ad or story, it normally just comes off of one other iteration of another iteration of innovation, not like all of a sudden they went far to the side and they were like shocking.
Right. Yeah, exactly. No, very, very, very good point there. I mean, and that's the other thing, like if you want to know what other, if you're like, well, hey, I need some ideas for like Facebook ads, for example, go to the Facebook page. There's an option at the bottom where you can now see what ads somebody's currently running, get some ideas. For example, set up like if you're using like Evernote, or even just set up a folder on your desktop, set up a folder and, maybe call it like Facebook ad examples like that you like, and save things there. And then by saving them there, you can at least then start to, build almost like, I want to say like I don't believe in the dream board idea, but it's almost like, hey, these are the ads that I want to see, or that I want to learn how to create, and learn how to do them yourself. So super easy.
Mm-hmm.
So
I take screenshots of the ads that I love, and then I try to reverse engineer what I think worked about them and how I would show up different.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's a great point. You can do this on desktop. You can do this on mobile. So if you see something, on either platform, just save them and put them in the cloud and put them into a folder that, is accessible in both places. So
yeah, but awesome. Don't get overwhelmed by research. You got to do it. You have to take the messy action to do it.
Fire at some point. Absolutely. Great point, Judy. Yep. So just, go for it. Give something a try and do something fun.
Find one or two ads, not 10,000.
Right. Yep.
Like set a cutoff point. Say like, hey, you know what? I'm going to get, 25 ads or whatever. And then once I hit 25, that's like your, it's like let's say you're running like a marathon. Like there's a goalpost that you're going to hit. You're going to hit a certain point, and then once you hit that point, you then kick into the next gear and the next gear and the next gear, so you can finish the race. Same thing for your business. Set a marker.
I tell you though, set a time. Don't set a number of ads. Okay. Set a time. Put 30 minutes on your calendar. Go research and then go do it. Spend 30 minutes doing it, and then iterate from there.
And when that timer goes off, drop what you're doing.
Drop a fox. That's what we're talking about. So. Drop it like a fox.
And there's a million timers online to help you.
And you don't even need one because your smartphone has that. And you can
I know.
So
I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
Good point.
Absolutely. So with that, right? So Facebook's now letting us clip videos. Super easy. I think this is a really important thing that's happening for folks, right? Is Facebook is finally realizing that nobody wants the whole live video. And by that, I don't mean nobody, but by nobody, I mean people want snippets. They want little snackable bites. So therefore, let's give it to them, right? Let's pick each segment that we have and let's cut that up. So that first segment that we had, we were talking about Facebook ad stories and a little bit about LinkedIn. We might cut that into 3. Well, now this next segment is a new one, right? Where we might cut this into 1 segment. So I don't know, Judy, are you playing at all with Facebook Live video besides with us?
I do make Facebook Lives and go live on shows. And when did this just launch? Because I didn't know about this.
Literally last week.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah. And I'm just finding out. I think oh, what?
We finished the show last week and like poof, this topic came out.
So. It's a perfect topic because this is very powerful and it is what people want. People are now offering this as an option. I'm so excited to figure out like, how do you do this? That's what you're showing right now. Ooh,
yes.
Edit video. And then you upload a different upload.
Actually, you don't have to do that. So basically what you do is you go to your live video finishes. We click the 3 dots, we click edit video. And now what's going to come up is this nice little interface. And we're going to have the video clipping feature here on the right. And this should look very familiar if you're an iOS user because this is basically like the trimming feature they offer.
Yep.
And you just basically say, hey, I want to trim this to, this point, for example. We're going to say add clip. And then all of our clips are going to get saved here at the bottom. Super easy.
So wait, where do the clips go? The whole show is still there.
Yes, the whole show is still here.
And then where do the clips go?
Down below in the video library.
I'm just curious what that looks like for people to consume. And I know Kate.
Here we go. So it shows up here.
Right.
It says add a title to the clip. And we can call this like intro, for example. Let me see.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool, right? So it's going to show up likely right below the main video. So if people just want to consume a piece of it, they're not going to get the whole thing. So if they want to go to a certain segment, and my guess is eventually we're going to see that the show is automatically clipped. Right. Because that with the clip, think about this, right? We can advertise in between them. Mm-hmm. So now we got segment, advertisement. Now, if we want to put it to Facebook Watch, now we've got a monetizable segment. Or we might do 30 seconds before it ends on purpose to get people to catch the end. Because if they watch all the way to the end, they're just going to fast forward through the ad.
Mm-hmm.
You see how this goes, Judy?
Yeah. I see that it goes down below, but in my head, I was like, oh, wouldn't it be more powerful if that clip you could download and then upload it other places like IGTV or...
Well, once you play it, you absolutely can, right? So that's the cool part.
So I'm going to make a second clip here. So we got a second clip.
So Christian's playing with some clips here. So Judy, to your point, right? Absolutely. First of all, my guess is by default, Facebook will let you go back to IGTV. Off of the page, right? Because that's how it works to pump back. But then to that point, you can use Zoom or you can use something to download that video. And now there we go. Yep. See, there you go.
Yeah, but can you download all the clips? So that way you're not downloading the whole video, but you're downloading those clips.
Yeah, right now they're going to probably make it a workaround to get all those clips.
Yeah, they'll have a third-party Chrome extension or something like that. But yeah, long term, of course they will, right? Long term, that's the goal. Yeah. Yeah, this is step 1.
Yeah, exactly.
Go to step 20.
Another thing to remember about this feature, I don't know, Phil, I don't know if you were hosting that week, but we talked about YouTube key moments one week. And YouTube key moments is essentially this same exact feature. So YouTube key moments, when somebody uploads a video to YouTube, let's say it's a 20-minute video. What YouTube does is it actually crawls the content and it actually pulls out, if it's in search, it'll show underneath it all the timestamps that are basically points in the video. And it shows up in search, though. That's the cool thing, because then I can say, because here's the thing. You want to learn how to do something. I go on YouTube, on Google or something like that, and I see like a 20-minute video, and I can quickly go and now jump to the points in the video. And it also, in a way, changes my perception of what a 20-minute video will give me versus a 1 minute and 44-second video will give me. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I see, big brands, big names, big people who are making lots of long videos for YouTube, like the Gary Vaynerchuk uploading a 1-hour talk or whatever he's uploading. But then I see him go over to LinkedIn, and in his articles, I see him uploading that video and linking to YouTube, but he's timestamping it to start playing at minute 25 because that's the point he's making in that. And so it's like a little clip of it.
Yes, actually. So there's a cool little feature for that. If you go to YouTube, and sorry for
we're getting
a little off topic with this one, but actually, if you go to YouTube, you go to a video and you play to like a certain point and you pause it, you can actually right click on the video and it'll say a copy link from this point and it will give you all this time.
That's what he's doing. I love that.
Yeah.
I just showed that. I showed that on stage at Vid Summit because I was trying to show YouTubers, video experts, like this is what people are doing and this is how they're not spending all this extra time creating these micro content. We find our workarounds. So.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. So timestamping of videos is great. Now, what I wish, though, is that LinkedIn would add this, right? Judy, don't you think LinkedIn could add these clips? But this would have to be, again, LinkedIn Live, because they want us to go more than 15 minutes with these live videos. This is pretty slick.
LinkedIn's back on step negative 100. Yeah. I was saying, no, but I love them. First, they have live. Yay. Yeah. I have the beta, which I'm so excited about. And the next thing is just being able to download it. So what's awesome is I think some of the third-party apps are now making sure that when your LinkedIn Live finishes, you can download it because so many people are like, I don't have my live stream from LinkedIn. And that is like almost a waste of so many 45 minutes of live.
StreamYard's letting us do that now, which is fantastic. So, If
and I think Switcher does that. I think Social Lot. There's so many third parties now that I think they only started with 3 and now they have like 20 or 30 coming on.
For sure.
Word of mouth.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, you playing a video?
I was actually, what I was doing behind the scenes was I was pulling up a YouTube video to show you how to grab those timestamps, actually. And I'll pull that up real quick. I'm going to make this very quick because I don't want to deviate too much from the show.
No, but I think that's an important tip, right? So this could be one of the tools that we talk about this week is sharing at a timestamp. Really super important, folks. Christian said you can right click.
So I'm on a video. I've fast forward to like 6 minutes and 54 seconds. I can now control click or right click on a PC and I can say copy URL at current time. And what it does, and you can manually do this. You can actually take the URL and actually append. It's like a little code. It's like ampersand. It adds a couple of things.
Well, actually, just hit share. Christian, just hit share. It does the same thing. It asks you if you want to share from this point in time or from the beginning. So go ahead and click on share. Yeah, click on share, and now it'll ask you start at, and it'll ask you if you want to start there. Same way.
Wow.
Right. So lots of ways to do this, but super helpful. Judy, I think this is one way to work around. If you're not a video editor, you can share these at certain clips, which means you could do an hour talk and just embed the video in an article, in a PowerPoint, in something now at certain times, which makes this a fantastic tool for us to use for non-video editors.
And by the way, as you can see here, the other thing I'm also doing, so I want to show 2 things real quick here. So one is, let's change this to 8 minutes. Okay. So 8 minutes is what, like 480 seconds, right?
That's right.
So if I change it to that, watch this. So this URL here, it changed to 480. So it's giving me the direct URL so I can share this through my social media channels, or I can actually manually control the timestamps quickly right here. Does that make
Absolutely.
Sense? Awesome.
Super awesome.
And you can take that link and upload it to LinkedIn, like that direct link.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of really cool stuff. And this is the thing. One of the themes that I was really at this conference I was just at, I was trying to impress upon people was like working smarter, not harder. And this is a great example of that, being able to maybe create some clips, for example, on Facebook with the Facebook Live video clipping to get your audience directly to the point that you want them to view. If you're on YouTube, same functionality exists. So lots of usefulness here. So Phil,
yes, sir.
Any thoughts on live video clipping?
No, I just think it's important, right? So live or not, right? You need to be able to think about how I might repurpose my video different times if you don't have the time to edit the video. So some great tips today, Judy. That's a great reminder about that. Christian, thanks for showing that. So much stuff. Hopefully LinkedIn figures this out soon too, because this would make for a great tool. Now there's lots more ways you could use this, folks. If you're thinking, holy crap, this is pretty cool. I never heard of this. Or, geez, I wish they'd go more than 45 minutes every time. Well, hey, we can't. Sorry, folks. So in order to make that better,
time. That's the key thing we got to tell people. We value their time.
Yeah, absolutely. We value your time, we value your attention, and we want to make sure you get the best stuff with actually how to implement it. So we'd rather go shorter than longer on that because we know your time is valuable. So with that, if you want more, though, you can get more. If you give a Fox, you can sign up at socialchefs.com/daily and get the daily email, get connected. 1 or 2 things every single day from Christian. It is fantastic. You get some great insight, stuff that doesn't make it on the show each and every week because often, like today, we got a lot more stuff than we got time for. That's socialchefs.com/daily if you want to sign up.
Where to next? We talked Facebook live video clipping. We talked about the custom stories, templates for ads. Where else? Where do you want to go?
Well, you know what? Let's. We're just going to do one more, and then we're going to move to tools. And that is Facebook is testing ads in the groups tab, which I think is super important, right? As small groups advertisers are getting access to the mobile placement option in the Ads Manager. This makes so much sense. Because groups is where they go. Like it or not, right? From a monetization perspective, and frankly, groups are what we're hoping to build with Pages years ago, right? Groups are real communities. That was the promise of Pages. Nobody likes your page because they want to be part of the community. Let's be really clear. They join your group because they want to talk to you, Judy Fox, right? That's why they're joining your group. So, Judy, do you play in any groups on Facebook? And do you think that ads are a good thing, a bad thing, or, oh my gosh?
I love groups and I had a group, but I also found, you don't want to stretch yourself too thin. So I kind of said, hey guys, I'm going to be in groups and active, but my group is just kind of chilling right now. Mm-hmm. I feel like there's obviously people are leaning into groups, but I don't know how I would feel if I'm scrolling down the group, seeing the conversations that are happening. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And then I'm like, what the hell is this ad doing in here?
But see, it's got to be relevant, though. That's the thing, right? If we're talking, so again, if
most ads are not that relevant, though, if you think about it.
Well, hold on. So that's up to you, though, right?
It is up to me.
So I'm in your awesome group, Judy, and you now, I get awesome stuff. Boy, I'd like to go deeper. I wonder if Judy has a course that might help me go deeper. Oh, look, the 5th post down is Judy's course. Fantastic. Great content. How about some one-on-one coaching with Judy? Great content. Hey, here's something more relevant. Or
I guess my brain is thinking, why is that an ad?
Because otherwise I can't force that it shows up. Because otherwise it's either chronological or it's all about relevancy. So I'm going to force that as the 5th position of my thing.
Okay.
Because it's a link, because Facebook devalues links. Because to your point, why is it an ad? Because it is an opportunity for you to make money. And if you're going to do that, not just inform, Facebook should get a cut of that. That's what they're doing.
And
so
on top
I'm
of
all for that.
Well, Phil, so the other part to that also is bringing the ad perspective. If you kind of think about like Google search, for example, if I'm a business, why am I, for instance, advertising on my own keywords? And the reason is because I want to make sure that I'm occupying all of the spaces that I need to occupy. I don't want to let my competitor go in and steal my keyword, basically. So, same concept here, I think, with the Facebook group side, if you were to run ads for something else.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I probably am thinking differently in the sense that most of the groups I join, I'm already probably either ready to buy or know where to buy, or I don't really need them to tell me to buy because I'm like, I'm in here. I already like you. I already potentially would buy from you. So
yeah, but most people aren't that way, right? Most of the time they use
I know.
for the cultivation. No, well, so that's a good reminder, though, for business owners, right? Remember, you're not your audience.
Yes.
You have to remember that, folks. I mean, you're not buying from you. So think about this, right? If you've got 4 brilliant posts in a row, then you've got a cool event that actually lets you go deeper. If you're a wine store, for instance, here's how to pick a deep red. Here's how to pick a Pinot Noir. Here's how to pick a Pinot Grigio. Here's how to pick a sweet wine for Thanksgiving. And bang, here's a wine tasting that has all 4 of those fantastic wines you can attend at my wine shop. Really, really super helpful stuff. I think this is a big deal. Christian, what about you?
I think this is a very, very good update. I do have a comment here from Scott. And Scott, he asked one question. He says, hey, are the ads only being placed by the group owner? Hope so. Absolutely. I do hope that the
for now.
Person.
Yeah.
For now, but of course they're going to open them up. You know they are. Facebook wants your money.
Yeah, I was going to say, so then when you're collecting a group of people all in a maybe chat of a course creator chat, everyone then in that group would have a course that they would probably love to advertise.
Yep. But hold on, but that drives the cost up and hopefully drives your ad better. Like, seriously, I think this is a great thing. I want to see more, to your point, Judy, I want to see more relevant ads, not less.
Okay.
I want to see ads that are super relevant. You know, if I'm in your LinkedIn course, I want to see not just your LinkedIn course. I'd love to see others that might be good as well, not just yours. Because again, I want the best course, and that means it's the best course, not the only one that I'm aware of. So I actually think this is a brilliant thing. This is also why, though, I'd never let another page in any of my groups. Because
and keep in mind, Well, so other thing also, I want to highlight this real quick. Scott makes a really good point here. You know, that these are ads in the groups tab on mobile. So this could be a start. Again, so it's
maybe that is helpful. Yeah.
But again, it's something being tested. So maybe they're going to test mobile, see what the reaction is for mobile, because obviously Facebook wants people knows that Facebook knows that most of their audience is mobile. This could be a good way to, test it. But he says, hey, you see all the content from groups you're a member of. Makes a lot of sense. So again, you also kind of have to look at the past in a way for Facebook to see what did they do when they were building out the platform, how did things work, and then what are they currently doing? Because I think a lot of the stuff they're doing is basically just coming back, like being recycled in a way. So definitely something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
So, Awesome. So now it's time for tool time. Christian, let's move into tool time because, folks, we've got 2 awesome tools that you should be testing for your business. We could go a lot of different ways. Again, if you want all the stuff that we couldn't cover today, I encourage you to go to socialchefs.com/daily to get the daily newsletter. But if not, hang out for tool time here. It's the most fun time of the show. It's the time that we dance. So, Judy, do the fox dance. Cabbage Patch, the sprinkler, the running man. Here we go, right? The sprinkler, whatever you want, right? So you can do the Michael Jackson, whatever it is. But it's time for tool time, the best part of the show, where we've got 2 tools that you can use immediately for your business and see how they might go. So this is fantastic.
I want to know what they are.
Yeah.
So what do we want to talk about first? Which one?
Well, let's talk about Story Swag, an easy animated post editor. This is fantastic. This is really easy. If you want animated posts on Facebook, Instagram, on your stories, all this does is takes just a couple clicks and it'll dance with you. So it makes your text dance. So Christian, can you bring this one up so people can see it? Story swag on.
I'm bringing that one up. Yes. This is always live video is that live video has a few technical hiccups every so often.
No,
we're going to bring that one up.
So that's okay. So so the name of the app is Story Swag. It's pretty slick. Great app, certainly is something that you can use to make your stories, make your stuff more interesting. I'm curious if it's by the same folks that did Word Swag. And it looks like it is from Slider LLC, which is fantastic. So I'm gonna go get this one and play with this one. So super duper app.
Story tag?
Story Swag. Like I got Swagga. SWAG.
Stories Swag.
Yeah.
Got it.
And it's a freemium app way. So this is a freemium app, meaning it's free to download, free to use.
Freemium.
Do what?
Freemium.
Yes.
Yep. Freemium.
Nice.
So it's a free app, and then they usually have an in-app purchase for their app to add on. Typically, in this case, they're going to probably add on some different style packs and things like that. I'm actually trying to pull up the pricing on this one. Let's see. So
it looks cool.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
The other thing also kind of think about here is to kind of keep moving ahead of what other people are doing. So like if you're looking at stories content, everybody's content starting to look the same. It might be time to consider, using another tool to keep yourself, ahead of the pack. So let's see. So you get live text editing, instant preview. I think you guys, let me know if you see this, by the way. I should.
Yeah, I feel like we're frozen here. Are we frozen?
Yeah, we're stuck in story. There we go.
There we are.
Finally, there we go. Okay. Sorry.
Story Swag.
So we got swag here. Fantastic reviews, 4.8 stars out of 327 reviews. It's $5 a month, by the way, for Story Swag Pro, and it's for U.S. customers at that price. So obviously, based on exchange rates, that sort of thing, you might get a different price.
It's $47 Canadian.
Yeah.
So, yep, there you go. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, so check out Story Swag, folks. You can find it just by searching for Story Swag in the App Store, or we'll drop a link for you so you can check that out. Our second app this week is called Krisp, K-R-I-S-P. Mute the background noise during your calls. One button, no noise. Pretty slick here. It's very interesting. I'm going to download this app myself. It is free for the Mac, which I like because I am on a MacBook Pro. So check this sucker out, K-R-I-S-P. Christian will drop a link for you there. But having less background noise, oh my goodness gracious. Super duper fantastic. Love this.
So,
Christian, do you have this app?
I have it downloaded. Yes, I do actually. I don't have a way to actually share it.
Yeah,
so,
but are you using it? What do you think about it?
I think it's fantastic. I mean, when you're doing live video, for example, so it works for live video. It works for, if you're at a call center, you want to listen to some music. And here's the thing, it can remove all sorts of background noise. So if you've got a dog barking, you've got right now, like if a dog was outside, I'd worry about like, oh, hey, they're going to bark and it's going to get recorded. Nope, it's going to get removed. In addition to that, it can remove background noise if you're trying to record video. Maybe your computer fan is picking something up, but it is a fantastic app. And there's two versions. You've got the free version, you got the paid version as well. The paid version, by the way, what the free version gives you is it does the listening and the speaking aspect. And then if you're just wanting to listen, that's actually part of the free version. So you can listen to stuff that'll remove the background noise. So pretty neat, actually, using a little artificial intelligence. So
I was looking down at my dog. She's not going to bark. She's just laying at my feet.
Yeah. Yeah, let me pull this up real quick for everybody. So this is a pretty cool thing. So normally people wear noise canceling headphones. In this case, it's a noise canceling app. If you're on the Mac, for instance, lives in your toolbar up at the top, and you can control your speaker, your microphone, your headphones, and so forth. So very useful feature. And also works for Mac and Windows, by the way. So good stuff.
If it works, if it comes up on the screen.
It should show up.
There it is.
Yeah. Very good app. So worthwhile, like definitely worth having in the background. I mean, I like this sort of thing. Phil, what do you think? Is Phil there? Phil? Okay.
Oh, he can't hear us.
Yeah, we're back.
Okay. Huh.
Do you hear?
So there's this is Krisp that I pulled up here. So what were you saying, Phil?
No, I was just saying I couldn't hear you because I tried installing the app during our video here, and it caught me out. So do not do that, folks. Do not live test like I do. So that's a bad move.
That was removing too much noise.
Yeah, I removed all the noise, so much so I could only hear myself think, which is pretty damn noisy. Cool.
But definitely something to check out. And the other thing also, they have a really cool little test that you can do on here as well. So you can go on the site and you can actually you can test out for free, but then they have some samples as well with like different sound effects that people might come across to see, and you can see, well, hey, how does this actually work for me? But this is something that I think is key. Like, for example, if you're going to submit videos to Udemy, for example, or some of these are Teachable or some of these online platforms, a lot of them are very strict on the quality of the audio that you're recording. So, for example, if your computer fan kicks on and it's picking up the fan, they will actually say, hey, you know what? We're going to reject your videos until you fix that. Well, what's the problem? Then you got to go record all of them again. So if you use something like this, it does apply to your microphone and so forth. So it can remove that noise that might otherwise get picked up in your video.
Awesome. What a great tool, huh? What a great tool. So, Judy, you got to check that out for some LinkedIn Live goodness, huh?
What? Yes, for the background noises.
Yeah.
I don't normally have too many, so maybe.
Well, I usually do. I usually have a circus behind me. No, I don't. It's an empty office. It's just me. So that would be fun.
No, but I do like the concept. And you were saying it works on Mac. I have an HP, so I got
it does work on Windows.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So I'll drop links to all these in the. I'll drop them. By the way, I'm laughing here at Scott's comment that you're that the app canceled out your audio. Yes, that was pretty good.
Hey now,
Hi,
sure.
So yes, so those are the tools that we have for this week. Phil, anything you want to share with the audience? Any
Parting shots. So parting shots from me, right? Real quick here. Test stuff out, right?
Yeah.
Don't do it live on your show like I did. That's a perfect example of how not to test an app. So that was on purpose, right? I want to see what happens here because some of these apps do not require a restart. Some of these apps work right on time, right? So we test them out so you don't have to. That's why we're here on Social Chatter. So we can do that. And then secondly, I just want to say, Judy, you rock. So we are so glad you're here. Thank you for sharing your brilliance with us.
Yes. Thank you for having me here and obviously giving me a couple moments to be like, come on, LinkedIn, add some stories. I would love stories in LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I love it.
Absolutely.
See, I'm going to write you guys back and say, hey, you know what? Yeah, we'll get stories on LinkedIn in 2 or 3 years, maybe. So,
yeah.
Sure.
I mean, I think the power of stories is that it does allow more people to quickly create some content that they can, it reduces the barrier of entry of getting people into a platform. And it's so freaking helpful.
Yeah.
Definitely. So I'm just putting up some banners real quick, by the way, for all the tools we talked about today. The topics, obviously, those will go out in the blog post recap, by the way, socialchefs.com/SC214. That'll also go out with the flash briefing. And I think we also have a podcast, right? Right, Phil?
We do. We have a podcast even. So check that out as well. So search for Social Chatter or Social Chefs, and you'll find us on your favorite platform.
So, Judy, what's the best place for people to connect with you?
LinkedIn.
Honestly, yes, LinkedIn. Yeah.
The best way to find all my social handles is to go to my website. I have a link at the top and it's got all of them across, or you can go to the bottom. But yeah, JUDIFOX.com. And then you go to LinkedIn and just JUDI. That's the key. Or just search. If you can't remember that, just be like #FoxRocks and you will find people talking about me, or which I hope they all say really nice things. So thank you. And, or people I'm obviously tagging my own posts with the hashtag.
Of course. Makes a lot of sense. You should, if you're going to use a branded hashtag, you can't just tell other people to use it and don't use it yourself. So,
it's amazing. I think people are sleeping on that. I have a client that just grew his hashtag in 30 days to 2,000 followers on LinkedIn. I'm like, I've been doing my personal hashtag. I'm working so hard for my clients that mine's only at 200.
Well, and that's something that's a really good point, by the way, to think about. So, for all those people that are like, hey, I don't really see you being active on social, but you're doing work for clients. Like, what's going to drive the bottom line?
Yes. And honestly, his post, he has made 2 posts about me. One that went viral to probably 400,000 people. And he was posting about his results on LinkedIn in 30 days. Wow. So that was powerful. Obviously, I'm honored that he is shouting me out and saying I'm his LinkedIn superhero. And he's my superhero because he's a client and he literally takes every single piece of advice and just implements it. And I'm like, that's what it is.
And that's really the secret to a lot of this is, it's not just like, hey, let's do this. And then, 30 days go by and you don't actually do it. It's doing it, almost immediately so that, you can start to see the results, because the longer you wait, the harder it's going to get to actually then see the results.
Yeah. And I notice, I love that people are like, oh, well, why is it not working for me? And what's very interesting is when you are doing the content, when you are making the video, when you are doing the thing, you can't see from the outside looking in what it looks like and what the platform is seeing and how it's hurting or helping your social capital.
Definitely.
Awesome. Super duper.
You want to add, by the way, anything else or any questions for the audience? I mean, I know we've talked a lot about, Facebook stories, templates. We talked about the live video clipping feature today. We covered the new Facebook groups tab that's being tested for ads. What do you any if you were what do you think? How about this? I'll throw out a question. So for those of you who want to repurpose your content, do you think you're going to use this Facebook Live video clipping feature? Again, it's great for pages, and it is version I'd say almost version 0.1 or version 1.0 because it's going to miss some of the functionality that you might want or expect to have when the product is fully baked. But the thing is, Facebook wants to get out there. They want to get people using it, and then they plan to probably add on more functionality. But do you think you're going to use the live video clipping feature? If so, if yes, no, leave a comment on the Facebook page post here. Also tag us on any of your social media channels at Social Chefs, whether you're going to use that. So with that, I want to thank everybody for joining us. Judy, fantastic having you on. We'll make sure we get you to drop your links at the end.
Or drop a fox.
Yeah, drop a fox. You need
to give a fox, drop a fox.
You need your own emoji now as well for that.
I know.
But yeah.
I need a fox dropping a mic.
There you go. That's your new logo, Judy.
That is good. Yeah.
I've got a lot of ideas.
There you go.
Write that one down. Yeah. So with that, I want to thank everybody for watching. Next week, we're going to be joined by Chris Tan at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook.com/Social Chefs, as well as YouTube.com/Social Chefs as well. And again, that blog post recap will be going out tomorrow with all of the additional updates we didn't get to cover today. But we will see you all next week. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Bye, everyone.
See you later.
Bye.